Hi, and welcome back to World Class Edge. Now that you have understood how to properly set up the volume profile indicators inside of the Deep Charts platform, you're ready to properly understand how to read it and how to interpret volume profile and price to determine what is the current trend of the market. So as we have discussed, this is not the way we're going to rationalize market. This is going to be the way we properly rationalize markets. So we want to see where the ranges of price, the areas of fair value are going. And so this means that we want to see the ranges of price moving upwards and accepting and agreeing that that's a fair price. And as a consequence, we will need the volume areas, so the areas of fair value, also from the volume side with their value area highs, value area lows, and point of control move higher with time. So if we see the value areas of volume increasingly going higher and higher, this is how we qualify a uptrend. So this value area high is higher than the previous one, this value area low is higher than the previous one, and this point of control is higher than the previous one. This is the ideal or modeled scenario of an uptrend. For a downtrend is going to look exactly the opposite. So price action will look something like this. And volume will look something like this. You will have value areas and points of control that are constantly going and developing lower and lower. So the value areas are telling us in real time, where is the money flowing? If the money is flowing lower, we would like, for example, to join this trend. So the structures, again, will not necessarily just be highs and lows going lower and lower, but we want to see volume. We want to see the not just price, but the money supporting that price movement going lower as well. So now let's get back to our volume profile with price. And just to be clear, this is a real volume profile. This is not a fake volume profile like TradingViews. TradingViews is not using real volume, is using tick volume, which is a proxy of volume. It's still fairly accurate, I would say, but it's simply showing how much price is staying. It's more similar to a TPO profile. It's simply measuring how many times there was an uptick or a downtick, and every tick up or down is considered as one traded volume. This is how the normal TradingView volume profile looks like. This is actual volume. So this is literally showing how many contracts, and you can only get it through future contracts and through a platform that is connected to a data feed from the exchange. Now let's make an exercise and try to get price out of the equation and simply have volume profiles on our chart. Like this, you can easily see at this point, volume started going lower and then pretty much staying in the same area. So we would expect price to have done something like this and then pretty much stayed inside of this range. And then at some point, price pumps up, the value area is higher than the previous value area, also the point of control is, and also the following session. So we have two full sessions of volume profile trading higher. This is our first indication that we broke out of a distribution area and we're finally starting to see a phase of price discovery. So we have volume traded here and then upper, then more or less on the same area, then upper again, upper again, upper again, upper again, upper again. As you can see, when volume starts to raise, it truly means that the auction is trading higher and higher. Let's zoom in here. Value areas are more or less on the same level. So we find again an area of consolidation, most likely from price. And then again, same thing. We go up, we break out, we accept with value, with money outside of the previous value area, and again and again. At this point, there's a first sign of inversion. So we have this value area lower than the previous one, clearly lower. This one as well, This one stays more or less on the same area, and then again lower. So as you can see here, from the first time we had a volume area lower than the previous value area, we have the first indication that price is starting to get lower. And now we're sort of back at these levels. And as we can see now, we're in a current phase where the value areas are staying more or less on the same area, and then again, a little bit of an uptrend, and then again, down. So we are in a phase of consolidation currently. And still, so like this, analyzing where the most money was traded, we see that here was the first bulk of money. Then there was a uptrend, and now we're again consolidating on this macro area. Now let's try to bring back price and see if that's true. And exactly that's how it is. We had an area where price was agreeing this was a fair price. And then we moved up. We started a phase of consolidation here. Then we marked up and we're here again. Okay? So the volumetric trend is still upwards. So this was the first building block of how the volumetric trend is supposed to be read. I hope everything was clear, and I will see you in the next video.